Heavy tanks. What are they? How can I get them? And how do I use them? This is what's going to be covered in this tutorial today, so stay tuned. Now, apart from looking absolutely epic, heavy tanks are a pretty advanced unit to develop. In fact, if you look at our land units we can produce, heavy tanks are very close to the bottom here, requiring a lot of things to be unlocked first, including a level 3 factory. Now, they're extremely powerful units. I mean, you just have to look at the hit points, for goodness sake. 260? I mean, if you're comparing that to a standard infantry unit that's got 20, then this has literally got 13 times the strength of a single infantry unit. As well as that, they pack a punch at 45 damage when both on offensive and defensive versus a tiny 4/5 for your infantry brigade. Even comparing your heavy tank to a fairly modest armored car, there is no comparison. Hit points of 60 versus 260 and an attack of 6 versus 45. If you are wanting to go in hard and powerful mid to late game, then heavy tanks are your #1 option. They break enemy armies, they absorb large amounts of damage, and they are amongst the strongest land units in the game. So how do you get them? Well, firstly, you need to have a level 3 factory. Once you do that, you have the ability to build one, costing you a pretty cool 30,000 cash alongside 7,000 and 4,000 iron and oil respectively. So significantly more expensive than any of the other units we will have been developing up to this point. However, why are they worth it? Why don't I just go for a few light tanks or maybe a load of armored cars? Well, the truth of the matter is that heavy tanks absorb damage more than anything. They have extremely high hit points, allowing them to soak up damage for the rest of your army when mixed with infantry. When they are mixed with infantry, they allow your infantry numbers to stay higher for longer, your stack survives longer, and therefore your enemy casualties increase faster. They are critical for breaking through front lines, and they are a great way for projecting power late game. If we take a look at the unit overview, loads of damage, loads of hit points. However, there is a bit of a hit when it comes to speed. Compare this to an armored car or even a light tank, and you will notice that they are slower. This, combined with the longer time to produce and the expense, will sometimes make the more versatile light tank more appealing. Another negative of heavy tanks is that they are vulnerable to sustained artillery fire. If you're coming against an artillery unit, maybe with a stack of 10 or 15, your heavy tank is going to take damage. And so it's very important that you think strategically about where you place these, because if they don't have the time to retreat in time, then you are going to be in a whole load of trouble. Late game, it would be really useful and ideal to stack a good few of these heavy tanks, maybe 3 to 6 of these, for example, with a good amount of artillery to cover, alongside a nice juicy stack of infantry for face-to-face combat. I'd stick in a balloon there as well for better visibility. And you know what? Why don't we add a few cavalry units in as well, just to help with that offense? Ultimately, heavy tanks are one of the best things you can develop mid to late game. And the quicker you see them on the battlefield, the sooner you are going to start pushing through defenses, growing your territory, and ultimately winning the war. If you guys have any more questions about the heavy tank, then do not hesitate to leave me a comment below, and I will do my best to get back to it as soon as possible. In fact, leave any comment you want, whether it's about the heavy tank or any unit in the game, or just the game in general. I will be very happy to engage with the community. If you want to see more Supremacy 1914 content, then make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss a new episode of either tutorials or gameplay videos. And if you did enjoy this short episode, then please do leave a like, because it makes a world of difference to my channel and I will be forever thankful. Thank you so very much once again for watching, and I will see you all generals on the battlefield very, very soon.